today, taking you to the book of Bereshit or Genesis. I want to go back to the beginning. I like to do that. And I want to show you that from the very beginning, we need to understand mankind, God's precious creation, has been at war. Do you understand? From the very beginning, we have gone to war. What happened? Go back to the garden. Adam and Eve, keep in mind, immortal. They were in the immortal state. They were not in a fallen state, a sinful state. They were immortal, never to die. And what happened? An adversary rose up against them. To do what? To steal, kill, and destroy. And what happened in that battle? They lost. We wouldn't say they lost the war. They lost the battle. The adversary, what he came to do, he accomplished. He took them out. They received the curse of God. God cast them out of the garden, away from His presence. You just think about that. From the very beginning, we have been at war. And unfortunately, I can tell you this, the intensity of this war, the attacks, the deception, the afflictions, the oppressions, it didn't end in the Garden of Eden. Actually, as we continue throughout Scripture, and we don't have to go very far, we actually find things got worse. The attacks got more intense. If we just jump ahead to 3 chapters, to chapter 6 in Genesis, we read about something very, very peculiar. And this is something we covered not too long ago, but we're going to go into much greater depth today. In Genesis 6:1, now it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God, and the sons of God being the angels of heaven, okay, these are the angels of heaven, the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves of all whom they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not strive with man forever, for he indeed is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Moving on to verse 4. There were giants on the earth in those days. And I want to stop. The giants being referred to, as we covered not too long ago, is in fact the Nephilim. And it simply means the Nephilim are the giants. They're bullies is the definition. They're tyrants. What's interesting, if you go to the root of Nephilim, Nephal, you know what it means? It's very significant when you consider the future of the giants, the reality of them. It means to fail. That's what it means. Nephal means to fail or to fall, as in battle. Aptly named, I think. There were giants on the earth in those days, and also afterward, where the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. So here we're told that the angels from heaven, let's just look at this story. They descend down to earth. They join themselves to women. The product of this joining together is that these women give birth to the Nephilim. They give birth to the giants. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what just happened here? You might say, well, Daniel, it's really simple. You just told us. It's real simple. Angels came down, mated with women. Bada bing, bada bang. We got giants running everywhere. It's real simple. I want you to understand there is so much more that you need to appreciate out of this event. So much more. The spiritual realm, you need to understand this. The spiritual realm that was to maintain its status, that was sanctified and separate by God, meaning, in other words, the angelic beings, they were forbidden by God to do what they did. It was lawless. These angels came down lawlessly, crossed the line, the border that God had established, and performed this act. And I want you to really consider what just happened. We just fused the spiritual realm into the physical realm. They coincided in a way that is abhorrent. You think of GMOs. This was a GMO gone really, really bad. Okay? Now, I want to shed some further light on this to help you appreciate this. And to do so, I'm going to need to take you to the book of Enoch, because as most of you already know, the book of Enoch actually records the angels coming down with women. It records it in detail. And there are some details here that I absolutely need you to see because they directly pertain to the art of spiritual warfare.